Never did I think I'd be using PXG and great value in the same sentence, but I literally can't believe you can buy a brand new PXG driver for this price. To the point that you could probably use it, hit it, and then sell it second hand and make a bit of money. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon here, next to my obscenely big Christmas tree. We always get a real tree, more down to the fact the wife always wants a real tree in the house, but this thing is massive. It's one of those when they wrap it up, or you're outside and you choose it, and then they wrap it up, and then you get in the flat and you like unravel it, and all of a sudden this thing, I've trimmed this, and it just takes up the whole flat. So the flat is very much squashed. Loads of golf clubs in the back that I've acquired recently. Going to be doing some reviews and testing on those, as well as a driver shaft that I bought off Bry. Long driver, Welsh lad, extremely big hitter. He messaged me knowing that obviously I am doing long drive and definitely training now. And he said, I'm buying some shafts from America because long drive shafts are so difficult to get hold of in the UK, and £200, which is actually a really good price for that driver shaft. I've got an old head and I'm going up to the range. We're going to put the 5-minute glue to the test, and we're going up to the range and hit a few just to show you. I won't be doing a lot of long drive practice at the range because the ball's going to go too far and I don't want to lose Ian's balls. The majority of the training is going to be in the net, but I'm just going to hit it, warm up. I'm definitely not going to go full pelt because this will be the first long drive practice I've done in an extremely long time, and it's cold and I don't want to injure myself. PXG driver, £250 brand new. That is a ridiculous price. One of you guys commented on a recent video. I had to check it for myself and it's true. I then went and looked at second-hand sales of PXG drivers on eBay, and they're going for more once hit than brand new ones. And on the website, I mean, I can't believe it, and I had to make this video to show you guys. I'm not telling you to go and buy one because I wouldn't suggest buying a driver without testing and trying it first. But for £250 you could buy one, hit it, and then sell it for the same, if not more money. You could make some money trying a PXG driver from these prices, especially where the second-hand market is at the moment. And I imagine PXG just want to offload the old stock of the 0811 heads. If you like this video, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So before I go and buy my custom PXG driver, which actually I might put in the bag, I haven't got a driver in the bag at the moment, so I might actually just put this in the bag and keep it, which is quite exciting as I haven't bought a club for myself 4 years now, something like that, 3 years. Let's have a look at recently sold PXG drivers, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. End date, so these are the most recently sold. £275, and I know they're like upgrade shafts in them, in some of these I should say, but realistically it doesn't matter. An expensive shaft doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good for you. With the right club fitter and the right person hitting it, yes, shaft upgrades can make you hit the ball better, but we're not pros and our swings always change, and you could find a driver shaft for 40 quid off eBay that does the job. It's all about delivering that head to the ball on the right impact factors. That's what makes a good shaft, and it doesn't necessarily mean an expensive one is good for you. £250 again, these ones have been hit. This is what I'm trying to say. These are Gen 2 drivers, which is what we're going to be buying in a minute, for £250, and the quality of the overall product's really good. I love the head covers. I did a review on the 0811 XF, which I bought for £300 second hand. This was back in June, July, which I thought was a good price. It did, again, have a shaft upgrade. One of my mates has actually got that driver now. But I was really impressed, but it wasn't the right head or shaft for myself. And now I'm looking, you can buy a brand new one for £250. Especially, like, everything's £100 at the moment. Your old stuff, just the second-hand market's so expensive. So to get a brand new driver for 250 quid, last year's, that's quite good. Again, another £255, and these are a bid, so these are people that are, this is what they're willing to spend on a second-hand 0811X Gen 2 driver, which is really, really interesting. £210. Again, even if you just wanted to offload one, you want to try, test it, hit it, and then sell it for £200, well, you might have lost £50, but you've had to play with a new driver for the year. That, for me, is great value and kind of makes sense. I don't know if this is a promotion from PXG. I don't know how long it's been on the website, and as I say, I've only come aware of this recently, but for me it just seems to make sense. £200 just for the head. I think this is quite exciting. Over to the PXG website. I'm really impressed with their prices of all their clubs recently. They've definitely undercut the market, or very competitive. PXG was known, and I don't know if it was a marketing thing, and this was the plan all along, to price all their clubs extremely expensive. The drivers were £800, the irons were, the wedges were 450, and now they've brought them down to undercut, TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, the prototype driver 405, the 0211's £100 a club. Like, if you're getting club fit for these, and then you're getting these kind of prices, I mean, that's extremely competitive. And I mean, personally, I think that's really good to see. So fair play. I don't know if that was the plan all along, but for me, that seems to make sense, and definitely puts them up there with something that I'd recommend if someone wanted to go and get a club fit, because the boys at Club Fit for these, they know what they're talking about. They're definitely better than your typical, I would say, assistant pro that's giving you a club fit with a few drivers and a few shafts, from what I've seen in the past. And technically some of the mainstream manufacturer reps and club fitters, they're not all amazing. The master club fitters with PXG, you have to go through a lot of rigmarole, tests, everything else to be with those, to be fit in for their gear. Fairway woods £250, driver £250. Gen 2 hybrid £205, so I don't know if they've got hardly any stock of the Gen 2 hybrids and woods, but they've got tons of the heads. Again, this has been a funny year. PXG clubs are normally fitted for at venues, so they'll book a day, you'll come down, the fitters will fit you, and they'll have like 10 people, whatever it might be. Therefore, they haven't been able to do that this year, and with the prototype out now, do they just want to get rid of the stock? Gen 2, that's what I'm going to be going for. Oh, sorry, the X, that's what I'm going to be going for. The XF is a more forgiving head, so it's like your Ping G400 Max version, or any Max, I should say, Callaway Maverick Max. So the XF, more forgiving, high launching. We're going to go for the Gen 2 0811X driver. £250, that's just crazy. Gives you a bit of information about the club itself. As I said, I've hit the XF. The X is just going to be less spinning because the weight's not all the way at the back. It's going to give you that tiny bit more control, and overall that's something that I kind of just want in my bag. If I'm going to be using it, potentially I'll use it. Potentially, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll give it away. Buy now. So 9 degree is the loft I'm going to go for. You get to choose between the shaft flex, and obviously you can see the shafts down the bottom here changing. I haven't looked through all the shafts. I will show you the X-Stiff version that I'm going for though, and that you can get upgraded shafts. I wouldn't recommend getting the upgraded shafts from the points I made earlier. Just because it's expensive doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good for you. The certain materials, what that shaft can do, there's a reason it's more expensive, but it's only going to be good for certain particular swings, and you won't know that just by buying it, for example, unless you've got that shaft in one of the other clubs, but then potentially just change the adapters over. Shaft length, standard. Now typically, because I might look to sell this on if I don't get on with it, for example, but I'm going to keep it as standard, but typically I always go half an inch shorter, just because I find I want more control. It's like the opposite of my long drive drivers. I want shorter shafts, therefore more control. I'm going to find the middle more and potentially then hit it further. Standard length, I'm going for shaft choice. I've gone through all of these. I thought the graphite design might be a free little no upcharge, but unfortunately it is. £300. Unfortunately, I don't want to spend more on the shaft than the actual club itself. But you've got some lovely little shafts in here. I think the only ones that are free are the Adilla ones. Yeah, so you've got the Adilla ones, and I believe all the others are upcharges. So then you've got different ones. Again, by all means, if you want to go and spend some more money on the shaft, then do. Overall, I wouldn't suggest it. Again, they've got some diamonds there as well that you can get. But Project X is the one I'm going for. Hazardous Smoke 70-gram yellow shaft. These things at the moment are currently selling for £80–90 just for the shaft on eBay. They're a great shaft. I've tested them with a lot of other drivers. So you could sell the, I mean, you kind of want the shaft in the driver itself, but potentially you've got a shaft at home that you just want to put in this PXG head. You could sell the shaft for £80–90. That means the heads cost you £150. As I say, there's stuff that have been 10 years. We're talking Ping G10 drivers selling for £70–80. We're talking TaylorMade Aero burner drivers selling for £100. And then you've got a 2020 PXG driver, brand new, that potentially you could get the head for 150 quid. Project X, smoke yellow. Grip size, again, you can change that. I've always had standard, never changed my grip size in the past. Grip manufacturer, you get to choose. Oh, interesting. So I actually get to choose which. I think we'll just keep it PXG. The grips on the PXG clubs are actually really good. PXG, I wonder what other ones you can get though. Golf Pride, what other ones? So you can actually get up charges. Well, that's quite cool. Again, I think the PXG standard one more than suffices. And again, I'm thinking like resale value. You want to try and keep it in the parameters what everyone wants. And again, £250 at the bottom there. Add to cart. How interesting. These clubs on eBay are selling for £250, and you got to imagine how many of these drivers are coming up on eBay and aren't going to be someone's particular choice. So they're buying these drivers at £250 just because it's a PXG driver. Here, you're buying one that you can basically tailor-made, custom build for yourself. Right-handed, 9 degree, standard length, Project X, smoke, yellow shaft, grip, head cover. And the head covers on these things, if you've ever felt one, they're heavy. Like the head cover themselves are worth £35, £40 in themselves. As I say, I don't know if this was the plan from PXG to use very high expensive clubs at the beginning of their entering the market, and now £250 for a driver. I mean, I know I've said it a lot. That's just great. So there you go. I'm going to order one now. I'm going to wait for it to turn up. When it turns up, I'll unbox it. I'll show you exactly what you get. Potentially by that time, this is still available. I don't know if it will be. And then we're going to try and test it. Let me know what you think of this video, guys. Leave it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. I'm off to the range to go and do some left-handed practice as well as long drive practice. And you'll see those videos soon. Catch you guys there.